Before we start, I want to let you know that this is just my own knowledge and some of the information might be wrong, so don't quote me on this. Today I'm going to teach you how to make shading palettes and how to use them. I'll be adding timestamps on the video so you can see all the different parts manually and you can easily come back to recheck them. If you don't want to watch the whole video, you can also see all the palettes in a vault called COLORIST. I made the vault specifically for this video. What are palettes and why do you need it? That's a great question. Color palettes are collections of colors that are chosen to work well together, both aesthetically and functionally. They are used in many fields like design, art, branding, fashion and much more to maintain visual harmony and communicate emotion or identity. In this case I'll be using it to design Growtopia worlds. It can be used for anything that needs some kind of design. Palettes aren't limited to only one color like shown in this video. Color palettes are different colors that work well together. There are usually 2 to 5 main colors per artwork. As you can see, there are 2 to 3 main colors that pop out more than the others, and they are red, orange and grey. So my color palette would look something like this. Shade palettes are used to create realistic shading, like for example shadows. Shade palette is probably the easiest to understand since it only contains one color, but it's divided to different shades from dark to light or the other way around. Tint palettes are lighter versions of colors. They are mostly used for the secondary colors in the artwork. Let's use my main world as an example. So in this part of the design the main color would be yellow/orange. All of the lighter shades of those colors are called tint. And here's what my tint palette looks like. And lastly there's the tone palette. But if I'm gonna be completely honest, I have no idea what this really stands for. I tried to Google it up, but I couldn't understand a thing. I've never had to use this before, so I won't be explaining it in this video. How can you use palettes? Let me give you an example from the other video I made. So I created this image on Photoshop to visualize how the world could look like. As you can see, the middle part is very bright and glowy-like, but the surrounding is darker and keeps getting darker as it goes further away from the middle. So I needed to make a green shade palette going from dark to light. After the palette was done, I just picked the best shades and replaced it to the art itself. It's good to make big palettes so you have a lot of options to choose from if some blocks don't fit. Time to make the shade palettes. So how does it work? I placed all of the Growtopia's wallpapers in a big chunk, then I copy-pasted it 8 times in total. Why 8? Because in Growtopia there are 8 different paints in total. For example, if I paint the black wallpaper with red, it becomes dark red. And so with that technique in mind, I started making the red shading palette and here's what it looks like. After red, it's only obvious to make orange. Orange is actually an interesting one because there aren't many orange wallpapers and as you all know, orange paint bucket doesn't exist. So I had to get creative with this. Also, I want to mention that you can find all of the shade palettes shown in this video in the world called COLORIST. You can also see how I made all of them and there will be a full guide to each color. Time for yellow. The yellow one was pretty easy to make and in the end it turned out to have pretty smooth transitions between the shades. Now green was probably one of the easiest to make because green paint is very strong as it absorbs all the light, and that's why green is also part of the RGB. I don't really have anything to say about the Cyan palette, it was just getting easier and easier palette after palette, so let's just keep going. While I'm creating the blue palette, I want to announce that from now on, every video of mine will have a 5 Diamond Lock giveaway. On this video, all you need to do is comment your grow ID, world name and your favorite food. I hit the giveaway entry, so only the true ones can join. The winner will be announced in the next video. And now it's time for the last color of this video. The purple shade was by far the hardest one to make, since there's not a lot of options in wallpapers. I've used over 6 hours on making and recording this video, so leaving a like would mean a lot. Also let me know if I should make a shade palette for blocks as well. So here they are. I think they came out pretty accurate. I know for a fact that many players are struggling with textures, and that's why I made this video. So all of you can use these shade palettes for free and you don't have to go through the same pain as I did. But before the video ends, I will design a world where all of these palettes will be shown for free. I'll make it so you can see which paints and wallpapers are used for each color and shade. I hope to see some amazing worlds created by you using these palettes. Now let me show you how I actually use these shade palettes in my designs. First of all, we need a light source, and in this case it will be the fire. As you all know, when the light is closer to an object, the object will be light up and darkens when it gets further away from the light source. In the reference photo you can see that the edges of the fire are darker and the middle is brighter. We need to make a red to yellow gradient. Start with the outer edges using the bright red, then slowly change the color towards orange, yellow and lastly white. That's how easy it is to create realistic looking fire using these shade palettes. Next we need to work on the pillars. Now that we have the light source, all we need to do is use this effect on the pillars. So the closer parts of the pillars are lit up as yellow from the fire, and as it gets further away it turns darker. Also, let's not forget about the leaves, since they also need shadows. And here we go, the pillars and the fire are done. Now I just need to finish the roof and the floor using the same technique. I will put a full time lapse of me designing the world in the end of the video. Now before we end the video, I want to let you know that I'm seriously trying to teach you how to texture, design and build. Let me know in the comments how I did and what changes you would want to see in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, hit subscribe.